There was a moment somewhere around 12,000 years ago when a human looked at a wild seed and made a decision that changed everything. Not a dramatic decision, no ceremony, just a quiet choice to push that seed into the ground and come back for it later. And in that one gesture, your ancestor crossed a line no species had ever crossed before. They decided to control the world instead of just living in it. For hundreds of thousands of years before that moment, your ancestors followed food. They tracked animals. They read the sky for rain and the wind for danger. They were extraordinary generalists, deeply tuned to a world they never tried to change. And by almost every biological measure, they were thriving. Then something shifted. Archaeologist Ian Coit, who spent decades studying early agricultural societies, describes the transition not as a sudden invention, but as a slow drift. 1,000 tiny experiments with seeds and fire, accumulating over generations until the experiment became the entire life. Here is what no one tells you about the agricultural revolution. It was not an upgrade. Not at first. Anthropologist Marshall Salins argued that hunter-gatherers often worked fewer hours, ate more varied diets, and had more leisure time than their farming descendants. The bones confirm it. Paleopathologist Clark Spencer Larson found that early agricultural populations show more nutritional stress, more disease, more injury than the hunter-gatherers before them. Your ancestors chose this anyway, generation after generation, because agriculture gave them the one thing hunting and gathering never could: accumulation, a surplus. And a surplus does something remarkable to the human brain. It creates the future as a real, plannable thing. Before agriculture, your ancestor lived almost entirely in the present. When the animals moved, you moved. When winter came, you endured it. But with a granary full of stored grain, you start thinking about next year, about your children's next year, about who owns the granary when you die. This is where the real transformation begins. Historian Yuval Noah Harari has argued that what made agriculture revolutionary was not the crops, it was the stories. To manage a surplus across a large population, humans needed shared fictions: ownership, law, debt, God, not as metaphors, as operating systems, as the social technology that let thousands of strangers coordinate without killing each other. Your ancestor did not just plant a seed. They built an imaginary world and then lived inside it as if it were real. Every institution you interact with today, every government, every currency, every nation exists inside that imaginary world. It is real because enough people agree it is. And you carry all of it in your body right now. The anxiety you feel about money is agricultural. The instinct to save, to plan, to hoard against a scarcity that may never come, that is a granary reflex. It all goes back to one species making one unprecedented decision: to stop adapting to the world and start adapting the world to themselves. Tonight, when you buy food you did not grow, with money that exists only because millions of strangers agree it does, inside a city held together by laws that live only in the collective imagination, you are living inside the world that one quiet, unremarkable gesture made possible. Someone pushed a seed into the ground and decided to wait. That was the moment humans decided to become gods. And it started with the smallest possible act of imagination: